Nigeria hasn't always justified the faith of its people, but there comes a time when you are pushed to the wall and there's nowhere to go but up.
If we just decide in our hearts that we want to believe in Nigeria and we want to take steps every day to make this country a better place.
This is our dream, and a new Nigeria is that dream that we so much seek and desire.
The destiny of Nigeria is in our hands. We are the country. The country is us.
We are Nigeria.
We are that turning point generation. We are Nigeria. We are the future.
We are the future. We are the dream. We are the nation. We are part of this. Yes, we are so amazing. That's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. Oh, oh. We are the nation, we are part of this. Whoa, carry the song, carry the sound. The future is here. The future is here. Goodbye yesterday, tomorrow is now for the taking. The future is here. The future is here. I am the future. I am the future. I am the dream. Whoa, I am the nation. I am part of this. Yes, I am so amazing. That's the least I shall be. The least I shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run. Nowhere else to run to. Nowhere else to go. So hey, I am the land of my dreams. Oh, I am the nation. I am part of this. So get out of the way of the land of my dreams. I am the nation, I am part of this. Whoa, carry the song, carry the sound. The future is here. The future is here. Goodbye yesterday, tomorrow is now for the taking. The future is here. The future is here. Raise your hands in the air if you believe the future has come now. The future is here. The future is here. This is our, this is our, this is our country. The future is here. The future has. The future has come.
The future is not a time zone that is yet to come. The future is everything that we can be but have not yet become. The future is everything that we can do but have not yet done. The future is here. The future is now. So go ahead and deliver the future, because you can, because you must. And together we will.
Okay. Everyone, I'm trying to, what's sticking out there? I'm trying to get my face in there. Okay, so this is my background. I'm trying to add myself to the stream, but I'm not getting in just yet. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If you can hear my voice at the moment, I don't know if it's the network, but my face is not coming on the screen. Okay, yeah, I finally figured it out. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Raising Girls Weekly. I'm really excited to be here tonight. It's been a really long day for me. I hope my voice is not giving it away. I've had a really long day. Welcome, 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 welcome. If you're joining us on YouTube, on Facebook, or on Instagram, we're excited to have you here. Thank you so much, Jules Chima, for coming in tonight. Welcome, Lanem Kuma. I'm excited to have you here as well. Let me take off my glasses. It's been a really long day for me. So we're wrapping up the school term at the North Culinary Day School. I essentially drove in from work and drove into this live session. So forgive me if I look a bit tired. We shall have commitment to be here. Good evening, everyone. Let me turn off the fan so it doesn't buzz too much so you can hear me a bit clearly. So let me know if you can hear me, you can see me. It would be great if you can tell me where you're joining in from. I'll be happy to know where you're joining me from. So leave me a comment, tell me where you're watching from, tell me how your week has been. I like to hear from you. I'm excited to welcome you to this week's edition of Raising Girls Weekly. A conversation we have every Fridays as the Lord allows it, where we talk about how we can raise 10 over 10 girls who live out the fullness of everything that God has designed them for. All right. So let me hear where you're joining in from. I'm looking up through the comments thread to see where you're joining in from. Just in case StreamYard is not giving me what I want tonight, I need to have a Facebook backup, all right? Yep. Let me see. Refreshing my browser right about now. Let me see your comments. I want to read your comments and know where you're joining me from. I'm excited to welcome you once again. You can also do us a quick favor tonight and send in as many people as possible. Send in as many people back as possible to join us tonight. So share our thread, share links, share it on your WhatsApp status, get people to join in. We're very grateful. We're really, really grateful. Tell someone you know who's raising a girl that there's a place they need to be hanging out on Friday night. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Lanem Kuma. Thank you so much. You say you're joining in from Abuja. It's an honor to be able to have your company here right now. Thank you so much for coming. So every Friday evenings like this, I come out 7 to 8 p.m. to talk with us about how we can raise 10 over 10 girls. Girls who have the right sense of self, who honor God, who trust in the capacity that God has given to them, who make exceptional choices, and who are on their way to becoming women of influence, positive women of influence. All right. Welcome, Mama Josephine, all the way from Port Harcourt. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you. We come out every Friday to have these conversations because God is counting on us to raise girls that he can use, girls who have a unique relationship with him, girls who hear him, girls who fear him, girls who define themselves by what the word of God says. So tonight is a very exceptional night. I'm going to be talking about a few things in a moment. Tonight is going to be a very short session though, because man, it's been a really long day. Hey, Mama is in the building. Mama is in the building. Mama is in the building, then we are live. Thank you so much, Mama, for always joining us and keeping our YouTube channel buzzing. Thank you for your support. It means a whole lot. Thank you. Mama is joining in from Lagos. We have Lady Josephine joining from Port Harcourt. We have Lanem joining in from Abuja. Man, this is exciting. All right, so I see a request to join in. Well, we're not taking in any requests at the moment. I'm sure it might have been a mistake. It's okay. So maybe you wanted to just post the comment right there. It's okay. So tonight's show, we're starting the conversation around sex education for girls. You know, this is something that God put in my heart early in the year. That's how I started the year. You know, I just got to this point where it was like I was having a personal journey with the Holy Spirit where he's like asking me, how do you think your girls are going to make sex education decisions? Is it going to be by instructions or is it going to be by convictions? And he was just helping me see what girls are up against, what the media is pushing, what society is pushing. If you're on social media long enough, you would know that you come on social media and there are people who really make you feel really stupid for having the values that you have. And there have been adults who caved in, let alone your pretty girl who's going to come on social media one of these days. So God was just talking to me about raising rock solid girls. I always use that word, rock solid girls who know him, who are grounded on what he says they are, and how we can nurture them into the fullness of who they ought to be, so that it can shape the choices they make as they grow into women and teenage years and all the things that come around puberty. So tonight I'm starting that conversation on sex education, but I actually have a big announcement, a really exciting announcement, an announcement that I have been literally sitting on my hands to dish out. I've been sitting on my hands the last couple of months. It's been an interesting season for me, 2020. The lockdown, yes, and because I am an educator of a very unique set of kids, my school children can't learn online. So COVID-19 meant I had to be writing materials with my team and dispatching into homes because our students couldn't learn online. The non-secondary days for children from low-income families, they don't even have smartphones, let alone talking about learning online. So that meant that I was working on this project and working on the nurse school, and they were colliding per time. They were colliding. There were a number of parent coaches who would come into my WhatsApp and said, Irene, I need to give you a timeline. Let's do accountability so you can finish this project. And I'm like, calm, chill. I'm going to finish this project. And then I had another one who dared me to not launch this project before the end of the year. And so I'm going to be unveiling that project tonight, and I'm going to be talking heart to heart why this project is important to me right about now, and maybe not just right about now. It will continue to be, something I'm very passionate about because of so many things, from what God is saying to me, from what my personal journey has been, to looking at the world that my daughters are growing up in, to knowing the expectations that God has for them. This will always be something close to my heart. Hey, I'm so happy for tonight. I'm going to be sharing my heart about this project. I look forward to you asking me questions about this. Man, it's a journey. It's a journey. So tonight I'm going to be sharing a few things. I'm just going to share my side quickly. I'm still reading comments to know where people are joining from. I'm seeing someone I just met on social media whose handle I was just hailing the other day. Branville, thank you for coming out here tonight. I appreciate. We get a lot of value from your handle as well. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. All right. Thank you. Keep telling me where you're joining in from. Tell me how your week has been. Just before I start sharing my screen. For those on Instagram, don't worry, don't miss anything. This when I share screen on Facebook and on YouTube, it just helps me keep track of what I want to talk about. And that way I don't ramble up and down and everything. So let me see what we're doing tonight. I'm going to be sharing about this love project of mine. You see, this project means a lot to me. I remember talking to someone early in the year about this project, and she asked me a question that was like a wake up for me. You know, when you're working on a project and you're wondering, is this it? Should we go ahead and everything? And so she helped me see that this was something God really wanted me to be on. You know, she gave me that insight, and it just helped me, just stay focused in spite of what my itinerary was looking at like at the time. So I want to be sure I'm sharing the right screen and in the right way. I don't like the screen being too big so that, Hey, Doris Wilson is in the building. Doris, thank you for your support. See the way she says she can't wait. Please try. No way. So I'm using a tripod. I'm not using a tripod. I'm using my laptop and then supporting my phone. So my phone just fell on Instagram. Hey guys, be patient. Don't worry. We're going to have the engineering all sorted out before you know it. Okay. So let me see, where am I doing this from? All right. What did I miss? Okay. Present review. Yeah, present, but don't fill my screen up. Yep. Right. It's loading very easly. Okay, so we're good. So I'm going to do this. So yeah. I'm going to be talking about this love project of mine. Why is it showing the whole thing like that? All right. So a few months ago, I started talking about how to talk to girls about sex. And it was very important to me because I realized that sometimes as parents, we have this illusion that because I told my daughter not to have sex, she's not going to have sex. And the Holy Spirit was just asking me, you think back at yourself, the times you made the best decisions, who were you at that time? The times you made the poorest decisions as a girl, who were you at that time? And it helped me see that there is a way in which we can raise girls to think a certain way, to believe a certain way, so that when they get to the point where they have to make sex based decisions, they make the most empowering sex decisions. There's a lot of us out here, moms of girls. One of the things that is really something we fear the most is waking up one day and our daughters are pregnant, and they're pregnant out of wedlock. Even single moms fear it. Even single moms that have walked that reality fear it. And so I'm looking at you and I'm saying, girl, don't we all have that thought coming from time to time? So what do we need to do to deal with that thought? Because instead of letting that fear overwhelm you, you can confront what your concerns are. What are you concerned about? What are you worried will happen? All right. Today we have more people joining in from YouTube and Facebook, so it's a special day. Hey, Rosalina Lou is in the building. Welcome, welcome. So you see, if you're a mom of a girl child who has that fear of what kind of choices are my girls going to make? Is this girl going to come home one day pregnant? Is she going to choose the guy that is bad for her? I mean, what's it going to be? Is she going to stick around a guy who is hitting her? When you think about those things, it really makes you fear, all right? But the truth is, confront it. Confront the concern that you have, then equip your child for those situations. And that's really what I'm going to be talking about tonight. So let me go back to my slide. And what's the next thing I want to talk about right about now? Remember, we always start by re-echoing that a 10 over 10 girl is a girl who places the right value on God, herself, the people around her, and her environment. I really like this line when I usually say places the right value on the people around her. So she doesn't make someone that is not important important. And at the same time, she doesn't reduce somebody she's supposed to esteem, because she's trained to see the value in people, to understand people, to know the people who are adding value to her one way or the other. All right. Sorry about that once again. So having said that, I'm moving on to the very next slide. So this week, I unveiled the covers of my book, my brand new book coming out in a moment, called How to Talk with Your Girls About Sex. First thing, I brought out these 3 designs, and we asked everybody to vote. It's been amazing. People were voting on Instagram, on Facebook, on WhatsApp. It was just phenomenal hearing people's thoughts about this book, How to Talk with Your Girls About Sex. First and foremost, the title says How to Talk with Your Girls About Sex. Because if you're raising a girl child, you can't afford to talk to her, because your parents talked to you, but you still made your own set of choices. But when it comes to raising the 10 over 10 girl, we talk with her. We don't talk to her, we talk with her. So that's one of the things that makes this book title really special to me, How to Talk with Your Girls about sex, all right? So we put out these 3 books out here for people to vote. We had the yellow one, title A, the pink one, title B, and the lilac, which is really beautiful, title C. But when people went out to vote, the title B came back the winner. Title B came back the winner. She came back the one everybody wanted to most people wanted to lay hands on. However, some people gave us a feedback that they like title B, but they would like to see a parent on the cover, so they know this book was really about parents and everything, which is awesome. So we're going to be working on how we can, add that to that cover you have there. But we like the positive energy of this girl, because one of the things we're trying to portray is that talking about sex shouldn't be something that girls are scared of. It shouldn't be something we're scared of, it shouldn't be a conversation that we're scared of having with our girls. You get the idea? This should be something that everyone looks forward to. The girl looks forward to it because it's a place, an opportunity where she expresses herself, she learns a lot about herself and her space and all of that kind of stuff. So yes, we're going for the pink one, but we're going to see how we can bring in the mother and the father, imagery that people have asked for. Hopefully that doesn't distort the design too much. So the winner is the pink happy girl, who was title B. And yeah, We're going to do something else to add to the cover and see how we can make it depict that the book is really about parents and working with their girls. All right, that takes me to my next slide. So, but here's the thing. Everyone saw this book and everyone was excited. In fact, we actually have a link ongoing right now where people can kind of join a waiting list so you can get the free chapter as soon as it comes out, which is in a few days. We have a free chapter coming out where you can sit down this Christmas and it can be a huge conversation starter for you because you're going to be at home this Christmas with your girls. And so everyone is at home. This could be a huge opportunity for you to bond. So we're doing everything that we can to make sure you get the free chapter before Christmas Day. So the free chapter is going to be in your mails. I'm going to leave a link on the replay of this video so that you can go there, click to join the waiting list of people who want to get the free chapter. I want to give you something that can open the conversation for you this Christmas. All right. Someone is asking, do I have a program I run for girls? Very soon, very soon, very soon, very soon. I already have something on this session today that you're going to love for your girls, right? So yes, for now, the girls I actually work with are the girls at my school. So, but we're going to cascade. 2021 will be a bit more, but we're taking it one step at a time. But we already have something for the girls today. So when I was designing this book, I thought to myself, I wanted to give parents a tool that they would use. I wanted to give parents something they would use. I mean, it's not unusual for you to buy one of those books, buy great books, in fact, and store them up in your shelf and open them after 5 years. So instead of just creating a book, I decided to make it a bundle. And here's what happens. Everyone in the family has something in the bundle. That way, if parents are not reading, the kids can be reading, the kids can be doing some games, the kids can be doing stuff, and it will help us start having wholesome sex-based conversations. In my own opinion, sex education is providing children, regardless of sex, the right knowledge, the right skills, the right resolve to make quality, empowering sex-based choices. That's sex education for me. So when it comes to girls too, I'm saying we need to give them knowledge, we need to give them skills, and then we need to help them build the resolve that this is who they are, this is the kind of choices that they will make. So we decided not to just release a book, we decided to release a bundle. So let me show you some of the things that are in this bundle, all right? So why did we decide to do this? I've already told you. I didn't want you to buy my book and keep it in the shelf and add it to your 2021 or 2020 bucket list of books that you bought. I want it to be something you actually use. I want it to be something that revolutionizes the way communication and conversation about sex happens in your home. I want your children to not feel awkward about anything. And so I'm putting in your hands something that helps you get started, helps you build a conversation, and helps your children trust you even as they have these conversations. So let me show you some of the things that are in the bundle. So number one, we have a doodle book, all right? Doodle book is short for a coloring book. We have a coloring book, yes. We're going to be making a coloring book that has, first and foremost, it has text that your girls can read. Cake and Glam, thank you. Idowa Deremi, thank you for coming in. So first and foremost, the doodle book is called Body Smart Doodle Book for Girls. So it's in the bundle, all right? So instead of just buying the book, you get to buy this in the bundle. If you buy the bundle, you get to have this. So the Body Smart Doodle book is a coloring book that has short stories, coloring book, puzzles that are all about girls honoring their body, loving themselves, making the right choices about themselves, knowing what God thinks about their body and what God expects of them. How pay it in a fun way. Fun stories, short chapters, coloring pages, puzzle pages. We want to make sex education fun. We want your girls to read something, have to answer small questions, and the questions come in the form of puzzles and hands-on stuff, so that we kind of make the sex education conversation really normal in your home. So the Body Smart Doodle book comes in different packages for different ages. In each bundle, you would have 5 of them. So you would have for your 3 to 5 year old, you have for your 6 to 8 year old, you have for your 9 to 11 year old, you have for your 12 to 14 year old, you have for your 15 and up year old. Short stories, quotes, affirmations, puzzles, doodles, the kind of things that your little ones like, where they can color to their taste and everything. So there's a sample of one here that I'm holding, if you can see it very well. Okay, so people on Instagram are saying it better. I'm just going to move this here so that people on Facebook can also see it. So we're going to be making this doodle book for your girls because we want to commonalize. I am brave, right? You can see that, right? I am curious. We're going to be doing a doodle book so that we can commonalize quality sex education for girls. We don't want girls to giggle when you're talking about their menstruation, their hygiene. We don't want them to giggle. We don't want them to be tickled when boys come into their spaces. We want to normalize talking about sex ed. So that's why we're creating the Body Smart Doodle book. You can't buy the Body Smart Doodle book without reading the book. How to talk with your girls about sex. So that's the thing. Everything in this bundle comes when you buy the book as a parent, so that your children are not going ahead of you. We want you guys to go hand in hand. We don't want your children to think that you're not smart enough for the sex ed conversation. It's not a good thing. All right, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing for them to have someone else or somewhere else they go to get information about sex and all of that. So the doodle book is going to be something fun that your girls can read on their own, really simple to read, trying to help them navigate some of the thoughts they have. So there will be pages where they have to confront some of the thoughts and the things that they believe about themselves, about body, about sex. So they write it out, they reflect, they think, they ask questions, some form of stuff like that. And at the end of every chapter, they are rewarded with some coloring pages and puzzle pages that make it really fun for them. So that's what the Body Smart Doodle book is going to be about. We want to raise girls who feel confident in their skin, who don't need someone outside to say whether they're beautiful or not. Because many girls experiment with sex because someone is validating how they look. So this Body Smart Doodle book is to help girls normalize conversations about their body types, caring for their bodies, protecting their bodies from abuse, and knowing what the right use of their body is in honor of God. All right. So that's the first thing in the bundle after the book. So when you buy the bundle, you get 5 of this for different ages. So let's say you have a 3-year-old. When you get the bundle, it means you're on a journey for the next until the teen years. So you start building on it. When they're a certain age, you give them the doodle book for that age and stuff like that. If you have more than one daughter, then it means you have something for the kids and everything. All right, you have for different ages and everything. But we didn't stop there. We now started, we've also put together something we call the what if cards. So what if cards are like, you're going to be playing a game, right? But now the thing with the what if cards is there are certain things we asked you to teach different children for different children of different ages in the book. So to know whether you actually read the book and you're teaching them, we've put the questions to the things you're supposed to have taught your 3-year-old. We put it in a what if card for 3-year-olds. So again, we've grouped this one to according to different ages. So what if cards are like, game of what, right? But the front of it has a question that is related to sex ed, and the back of it has an answer that your child should be familiar with. But usually it's really, we've made it really short so that when your child sees the question, they know the answer, but you guys get to use it as a conversation starter. Welcome, Vivian Okoye. You told me that my deadline to go public with this product was December. I want to show you that I've been accountable. I've come public. I've launched it, and thank you for pushing me to this point. Okay. So what if cards are conversation starters? And yeah, you guys put your hands together for my Coach Vivian Okoye, who kept saying this year should not pass. This year should not pass. I'm going to hold you accountable for this. And even up till this night, she was still looking at my notes and saying, are you ready for this? You need to step out. Everybody needs a Vivian in their corner. Everybody needs a Vivian Okoye in their corner. And all my coach friends who were pushing me one with the other. All right. So I've said something. I said, we're making this a bundle. We want to make sure you read this book. All right. So we made the book for you. Then we made different things for your girls. So the first thing we've made for your girls is the Body Smart Doodle book, where your little girls will read a little piece of material, a little text. Could be a story, it could be a lesson, they answer a few questions, and then they have coloring pages, then they have crossword puzzles that they get to, but everything is all about what they've read in the chapter, all right? Where they get to know themselves better. That way, as you're reading, they are reading, you're all meeting to have reasonable conversations about sex, all right? And remember I said, I want to normalize quality sex education for girls, whereby girls don't need to go on Google to get answers. They can talk to their moms, they can talk to their dads. Now, parents don't need to be worried about what to say, because what your children are reading in the doodle book, it's in your book. What your children are finding in the what if cards, which are conversation starters, packaged like card games, it's already in your book. So they're reading, you're reading, and you can have meaningful conversations, okay? So the what if cards, like I said, they're like card games. So there's a question in front and there's an answer behind, but really short. For you to know whether you've taught your child well, taught your child what they're supposed to know per age well, they need to be able to, when you flip those cards, you ask them a question, they answer, you're sure that they got the right answer, and then you people, you know, expand on it using a conversation. So again, we have 5 packs of the what if cards in a bundle. Again, for 3 to 5 year olds, 6 to 8, 9 to 11, 12 to 14, 15 and up, all right? So that's how we've packaged it, right? The whole idea is when you buy the How to Talk with Your Girls About Sex bundle, you're arming you and your girls to be able to, number one, know what to say, build the right kind of conversations, build the trust that girls need around themselves, around sex issues, so that when your girls step out into the world, they're not confused. They already have rapport with you. So that's what we're talking about. Well, I want to thank everyone who's still hanging out here with us. Let me see the comments thread. Thank you so much, Talking Early Years. Big Sis, thank you for coming. Thank you, Peniel Resources. Thank you, Ashake, for life. All right, so I want to see what the comments are saying right about now on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. Let me know where you're joining in from. We have quite a number of people out here with us tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for coming out. So this bundle, I'm saying that it's not just a book this time around, because you parents can buy this book and never read it. So we are giving you a book for yourself, a doodle book for your girls. Doodle books, I told you, will have short stories, will have short chapters about the things they ought to know about their bodies, about sex, and then we'll give them coloring pages such as this with affirmations that they can use. You get the idea? Yes, they have coloring pages, they have puzzle pages, but everything is going to be about sex education, because we're on a mission to normalize quality sex education. We're on a mission to normalize quality sex education. We want girls to sit on the dining table and talk about crushes and talk about emotions, but also not talk about it from the context of, I mean, I'm free to do anything I want, but they talk about it from, this is what God expects me to do. This is how I plan to honor God, honor myself, honor my parents. You know, I really want us to normalize quality sex education. It's amazing the value that can make for the girl child, because like I said earlier, talking to the girl child doesn't work. Talking with the girl child works. And then finally, I want you to know something. Always remember that girls are emotional. And so when it comes to sex education stuff, you can go ahead and keep telling your daughter you're going to kill her. If you get pregnant, I kill you. You won't. And she knows that you won't. And the truth of the matter is, telling her you will kill her is not motivating enough. Helping her see who she is, and not starting when she's a teenager, is even another thing. Starting when she's pretty young, where she has a conviction about who she is and how to carry herself. By the time she gets to teenage years, she on her own will be too dignified for certain decisions. So I want you to always know that your girls are emotional, and maybe some of us are moms and we're acting like, are they? I'm going to ask you, weren't you emotional as a teenager? Think about it. A boy said your hair was beautiful and you were all tickled. A boy said you were this and you were all excited. A boy said this and you couldn't hear yourself anymore. How do you help your girls demystify those voices that exaggerate validation? What about someone says to your girl, you're beautiful, and she says, I know, thank you, compared to, which you used to do, all right? So beyond us sitting down as parents and assuming that our children should know better, the truth is we have to equip them with knowledge, with skills, and the conviction and the resolve to make certain kinds of decisions. All right. You know, one time a friend of mine just was talking to me and she asked me, Irene, have you ever been jumped? And I said, yeah, come to think about it. I was almost in my final year. I was in third year, I think. Yeah, either second or third year. I think I was in third year. And we had this, there was this guy in my department. He just finished. You know how they finish and they're still writing their exams. All right. And so he was a brain buster, and I've always found myself attracted to really intelligent guys, cerebral guys, and he was intelligent and everything. And so he asked me out, and I'm like, yeah, so one evening he says we should hang out. I got permission from my aunt who I was with. It was Christmas, by the way. So she was like, all right, go out now, go out with him and everything. And we went out, but personal principle, I wasn't into alcohol. So we got to the event, and boy, he was drunk. He was drinking. And I wasn't high. And when we're done, he said, all right, let's stop by his house. And so I'm thinking, this is my boyfriend. He already knows my value. I'm not having sex with you. But I'm also thinking of many other things, because maybe it's in my head that I'm thinking he knows that. So we show up at his place, and to my shock, as I'm going over one of his couches to just sit, I found a condom on the floor. And I couldn't say, what's this condom doing here? And young man said, I planted the condom. And let me be honest with you, I've never heard a thing like that. Before I would know it, I wasn't raped that day by a miracle. And so when my friend asked me, have you ever been jumped before? And I told her, she said, if your daughter was jumped, would she know what to do? And that question she asked me, when I was working on this book, I was saying, this is what mothers should be saying. Calling your daughters and saying, if you have sex on so time, you get pregnant. Those are not the information. Stop giving your children information they can get on Google. Start giving them value-based information that are strategic. What will your daughter do if a boy jumped her? And I sat down and thought about it, and I said, number one, thank God I wasn't drunk. That day, I argued with that guy. He was drunk. We were arguing, we were struggling. I don't even know how he was, but he was so drunk that after a while, he passed out. And so I realized that telling my girls not to drink alcohol is part of sex education. That when you're out on a date, don't drink something you don't know about. Don't drink something you're not confident about. How many of you are telling your girls that? You keep telling them don't have sex, or don't get pregnant. Every time you tell your daughters don't get pregnant, you're telling them don't have sex. When you tell your daughters don't get pregnant, what you're actually saying is have sex, but take care of it. And when you make it about you, you don't hit it. Your children's purity is not about you. It's not a trophy you drop in your office and say, my daughter's married as a virgin. It will be a good thing to do, but it shouldn't be what wakes you up to do this. Think about the complications that come with premarital sex. From the shame after people break up, and girls suffer the most. From the baggage that you have to deal with. From the fact that if a child got pregnant or got an STD, those are the things that you want to help your daughters know that, look, your life can be smooth without this. Because this looks like an exciting 6 minutes of your life, but when you're done, you're done. As in you're done, the consequences are almost eternal. So it's not always about you. It's about equipping your daughters to step into the world and make strategic decisions. And look at a boy, he's all yoppy. In fact, the other day I was talking to someone. I don't know what happened. My daughter asked me something. She said, Mommy, is it true that you can like someone that is bad for you? Omo, I wrote on that question. I say, yes, baby. You can like the way someone looks. Hello, Mother Hen. Thank you for joining tonight. You can like the way someone looks, like the way someone talks, but they can be terrible for you. And God knows that I was talking to my 9-year-old about a potential boyfriend she will have in the future. But we're just talking mainstream. So as a mother raising girls, you can't talk surface and expect your daughters to make deep decisions. So you have to create an environment where you guys can talk deep decisions. The problem is not that she has a crush. The problem is that is she moved to act on it? Can she talk to you from the onset of that emotions so that both of you unearth it together? So when I was putting together how to talk with your daughters about sex, it's not really the mainstream conversation. It's not those surface conversation that you keep saying, if you bring me shame, I'll disown you. I will drive you out of my house. I didn't do this to my mother. Some of you that are telling your children you didn't do this to your mother, you had abortions. So that's why you can say that to her. But the truth is, as mothers, we need to look back at where we are coming from. Nepa, you ain't got nothing on me. You need to go back. 1 minute, please. Felicia. All right, my power source is coming on soon. You need to go back to where you were coming from and start thinking about the situations that you found yourself in and the things that informed the decisions that you were making at the time. Think about the times you were empowered to make the right decisions. What was fueling it? I can tell you the times that I felt confident in myself, times that I felt proud of myself, I made the best choices. The moment I felt like a victim, I felt like I needed this one, I needed that one, I made the saddest decisions of my life. So you see what they have in common. And the whole time, my knowledge base was about the same thing. I knew it was wrong to have premarital sex. I knew that certain kind of people were wrong for you. But when your daughter is vulnerable, she's vulnerable. So the question is, how are you equipping her to reduce her tendency of being vulnerable? And how are you equipping her to manage the moment of vulnerability? When she feels vulnerable, what should she do? And for me, that's the skill part of it. When your daughters feel vulnerable, because they will feel vulnerable, what are you equipping them to do? So this book is not the 10 commandments of sex education. It's about relationship. How do you build a relationship that makes your daughter say, I liked him, but he snubbed me? And then you tell her, it will happen. Like my daughter walked up to me a few months ago and said there was a boy in her class she really liked. Yeah, baby, she was 8 at the time. And she told me, and I looked at her and I said, tell me why you like him. I want reason. And it wasn't a place to tell her, shut up. After all, when you were 5 and 6 and 7, there was a little boy in your primary school that you also liked. So why are you acting like it didn't happen to you? So this is me using a mirror of what I have seen happen to me evolve, looking at the studies and looking at the reality of other people to say, look, if you want girls to make important choices and sex choices right, there's a way to go about it. So my daughter walks up to me and says, oh, Mom, there's a boy I like in my class. And I said, give me reason. Because I'm not ready to raise a girl and tell her that love is blind. I'm not. I want to push the logic from the get-go. I want to push the logic before there is need for the logic. Because I know she will always be emotional. But if I make logic entrenched from when she's a child, she can learn to question her own emotions and her own feelings. She can learn to say, give me some time to think about it. And in that moment, she can come to us to talk about it or talk to her siblings because they're raised with the same values and principles, so that when she's vulnerable, another person is telling her from another perspective. So what am I saying? You need to get this bundle. And guess what? I've not started the pre-order for this book, but I just decided that let me give people a window because this bundle is going to cost 14,500 naira when it comes. There are about 11 things in the pack. Remember, you have the book for parents, then you have the 5 series doodle books, then you have the 5 series what if cards. They all come in the pack. We allow people to pre-order just the book, but the bundle is going to be for like 14,500 naira. So I'm starting something I call the early bird pre-order. All right. The early bird pre-order starts today and shuts down January 18th. And I'm going to be giving away that bundle for 9,000 naira. Yeah. For 9,000 naira, you get How to Talk with Your Daughters About Sex, the 5 series of the What If cards, and the 5 doodle books. So you can grow with your girls with it. The love of my life is just it's at the gate. They open the door for me, no problems. So in case you hear a lot of noise in a few minutes, it's okay. So here's the thing. I'm launching the early bird pre-order. Shuts down January 18th. December 18th to January 18th. You get to get this entire bundle for 9,000 naira only instead of 14,500. That's because you're part of the early bird pre-order. It's not the mainstream because I want to keep staggering it because I want to get as many parents as possible to know about this book before we break into the market, all right? I want you to know about the bundle. I'm going to walk you through this process. A friend of mine once looked at me and said, Irene, people ought to hand over their girls to you, so you nurture them from when they're about 5 until they're 18. So think about my bundle, this my Sex Ed for Girls bundle, as how I'm walking your daughter from a 3-year-old girl to a confident 18-year-old girl who can think even when her emotions are raging, because the emotions will come. But we want to build her logic capital long enough before it comes. We want to build her relationship capital long before there is a need for it. Just give me a moment, please. I need to get someone to get the gate. All right, they're on their way, right? So here's the thing. So I'm launching my early bird pre-order December 18th to January 18th. You get it for $9,000 instead of $14,500. A whole series. You have one child, one daughter that you want to work through this. So please note, this bundle is for girls. How do you talk with your girls about sex? The entire book, the entire tools are 100% for girls. I want to see more girls, turn down the need for them to, to open their legs for things that are not worth it. So, for example, in this tool, we're talking about how to raise a girl with a creator mindset. And when she's broke, what's the first thing that comes to her mind? Think about your daughter in university and something is wrong. You can't send her money. And a friend tells her, oh, that there's someone who would sleep with her for a night and give her the money she's looking for. I want your daughter to look at the person and say, what? That's disgusting. I can go online. I can be a freelancer. I can create products online. I can teach online. I can do a lot of things to make money. Making money, sex is not one of the ways to make money for me. And so this is part of how to talk with your girls about sex. It's part of sex education that works, right? Whereby you're really equipping your girls for those hard decisions they have to make. What about if a lecturer threatens them? In the sex education bundle, this part, you learn to teach your daughter how to hear her own voice, how to raise her voice against opposition, no matter what it looks like. And I'm not talking about when she's being raped. I'm talking about when she's being manipulated and someone is trying to corner her. All right. It's not every time that NGOs will come out and do sex for grades to save your daughter. You want to raise a girl who can save herself and save the rest. So I think that we need a new generation of girls showing up in universities and calling the bluff, and really calling the bluff of the lecturers in their space, so that the lecturers know that they're not a pushover. And guess what? One of them is living in your house. You can afford to raise a pushover where the lecturer will say, if you don't do this, you won't pass. Do you get? So this is all part of it. Raising a girl who can stand up for herself when there are manipulative male figures, whether they're relatives or otherwise. Because there's a time when you're concerned about your daughter being abused, but there are also times when somebody dangles a carrot and tells her, if you do this, I do this. And because she wants a favor, she compromises. So you need to plan for those days. So you find that this thing is not about what I told her alone. What your parents told you didn't get you through. It's not the knowledge of this is wrong, this is a sin. No. When the Bible says that this is a sin, it has a whole strategy to help you uphold yourself on the bad day. The Bible says that I have a way of escape. The Bible says there's the way of escape per time. You need to show your children the way of escape. So this is what this bundle is about. And I'm looking forward to getting a lot of DMs tonight. So you can send me a DM on Instagram, on Facebook. You can leave a comment on this live chat and say, Irene, I want the early bird pre-order on this bundle. Yes? I'm going to show you how to get in a moment. All right? So you want to order this very quickly, very snappily. All you need to do is go to seller.co/Sex Ed for Girls bundle, right? Sex Ed for Girls bundle. Simple. Seller.co/Sex Ed for Girls bundle. It's super simple. Get in there. Am I getting any feedbacks? Let me just check in a moment. All right. Somebody's asking, is it the entire bundle that will cost $9,500? Did I say $9,500? Oh, Lord, help me. Let me check that. Yeah. Yes, it's the entire bundle. The book, the what if cards, and the doodle book. I didn't say $9,500. I said 9,000. Yes. I know I didn't say $9,500. It's 9,000. Hey, somebody said I want the early bird pre-order. Yes, sis. So yeah. I'm going to leave you a comment. I'm going to reply to your comment with the link. If you're one of those people who don't like paying online, don't worry. I'm going to also leave you a comment with if you want to do a bank transfer. and how to get to us. But actually, even if you want to do a bank transfer, when you go to this link, you'll see how to do the bank transfer, the account to send it to, and what to do afterwards. So when you pay 9,000, you're getting the books, 5 series of the What If cards, and 5 doodle books. I promise you, after January 18, there is no way in the world I will sell this bundle for 9,000 naira. There's no way in the world. It's not possible. So this is just the starting. This is just the starting, all right? Meanwhile, if you're listening to me, you would also like to get a free chapter that we want to send to you before Christmas so that you have a sense of what's going to happen by the time your bundle lands, all right? Get in on the early bird pre-order today, okay? So I'm going to leave you with the link. And so if you want to do a bank transfer, I have a bank detail on the screen and everything. Don't worry, I'm going to leave comments in the thread. So I'm going to walk you through this bundle once again. All right, I'm going to walk you through this bundle once again. So first and foremost, we have the book, How to Talk with Your Girls About Sex. It starts with this book for parents, moms, dads, and what's the conversation to have? All right, how often should you have the conversation? For this age, what should I be saying? For that age, what should I be saying? What should I remove from my environment? What should I bring into my environment? How should I talk about this? What if they fail? What if my daughter has already been abused? How do I redeem her dignity so she doesn't keep blaming herself for what happens and thinking that something is now wrong with her or she's devalued, all right? So that's parenting conversation. So you find that in How to Talk with Your Girls About Sex. Where do you build from? I also walk with you through. So for the people outside Nigeria, that's the exciting part. You're going to get this bundle on Amazon. You may not have it in the box, but the three bundles are going to be on Amazon. Yes, you're going to have it on Amazon. You're going to be able to order it on Amazon, but we are not including the early bird pre-order on Amazon at the moment. We're not including the early bird pre-order on Amazon. We're not really going public yet. This is just coded, our Raising Girls community first. We may run a few ads, targeting people within our space and everything, but this is just something we're doing within us for now. All right, so make sure you're talking to your friends about this. So the bundle starts with the parenting book for dads and moms who are raising girls, and then it moves all the way to the Body Smart Doodle Book. This doodle book is going to contain things for different ages. So if you get the 3 to 5 doodle books, what should your 3 to 5 year old know about her body, protecting themselves? And then every time we write really short chapters so that it's still engaging. They have puzzles at the end. They have coloring pages. So they kind of just own this book as their property. And then something else I want you to remember is because you're trying to shape your children's beliefs. So you have to make it playful. You have to make it, you have to normalize the conversations around this. That's why we're making sure the doodle book has puzzles, has coloring pages, and then it has the text pages. And then finally, we have the what if cards where you can look at the things I'm supposed to teach my 3 to 5 year olds. We've now converted them into cards where there's a question in front and there's an answer behind. When you ask your child that question, they're supposed to be able to provide you the answer behind, but not just the answer. You want to be able to expand and expound and have conversations. All right. So let's say, for instance, you say, what if someone says they want to touch my private body area? What do I do? The answers could include talk to someone in my safe circle. Then you will now talk to your children. So who are the people in your safe circle? They will count it and count it and count it. And if I know children, they'll start asking you, what if where I am, there's no person in my safe circle? What do I do? How do I know who to talk to? What if I went to a new school for a program? I don't know anybody there and something goes wrong in the bathroom. What do I do? All right. So it means that from that simple conversation starter, from that simple what if cards, we are now working out scenarios. You're helping your child think about what the conversation is about. So you're moving from instruction to conversation. So your child can ask you questions, you can answer, and so on and so forth. So this is an amazing bundle, and we're preparing it for families. Okay. So it means if you have a 3 to 5 year old, you have something to work with your child all the way till they're 15. And then something else in this bundle is that when you buy this bundle, I'm going to put all of you who buy this in a Telegram community. Where you can continue to ask questions and share your experiences using this tool. You get stuck somewhere, I'm just a ring away. So you get that kind of as a bonus, all right? So yeah, that's what's in the bundle. And you can find this at seller.co/. What is going on today? All right, so you can find this. Sorry to the community on Instagram and everything, my falling phone today, but it's okay. So you can find this, and it happened again, it's okay. So you can find this at seller.co/sex ed for girls bundle. Get in today. Guess what, this is our last Raising Girls session for the year. So you're not seeing me again until the 22nd of January. We're taking like a 4-week break, to put things together. That's why now that I'm talking about it here, just jump on it, right? That means we're not coming back for the next couple of weeks. And by the time we come live again on the 22nd of January, guess what? We will not be talking about this again because this early bird window would have closed. So do me a favor this Christmas, make sure you're talking to yourself, your friend, make sure you're taking advantage of this early bird window right about now. And this is a right investment to make. Remember, you can also, if you want to get the free chapter, everyone who pre-orders on this early bird window will be emailed the free chapter. But if you're listening to me and say, let me see, I want to watch, I want to read it first, simple. There's a link. I'm going to put a link, all of those links here so that you can be able to access the free chapter. But I tell you, nothing beats getting into this opportunity right now, this window. It will never come again. The value of the bundle is 14,500 and you get to get in at 9,000. So guess what? You can do this. I assure you, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. All right. So if you're out there, you'd like to do a bank transfer, I have my bank detail on the screen. UBA Esianawan Bangwell 2177 227 358. So, well, here's the thing, whether you want to pay online or you want to pay by bank, or if you go to the seller page, you'll be able to learn more about this product and you learn how to get in touch with me. When you pay online, what happens? When you pay by bank transfer, what should you do afterwards? In the meantime, I want to remind you that throughout this holiday, keep merry, keep your eye on your daughters, because you're traveling this season. You have neighbors, you have cousins, you have relatives who are probably coming over for the Christmas. You have new neighbors who have relatives who are coming. Some of them are going to look really cool to your daughters. So this holiday, keep it calm, keep it friendly. And when you get our free chapter, we hope it informs some of your perspective as you go about policing your daughter this season. Make sure your daughter doesn't feel tensed at home, no shaming. Keep it as smart. Be a smart parent this holiday. And being a smart parent means you're locked in with your children. You're bonding with them. You're spending time. You're talking. You're having those conversations. You're helping them on earth and everything. And while you're in the holiday, you have a question. You need help. You need to talk to me. Hopefully, I'm online at the time. Yes. All you need to do is send an email to, askirene@raisinggirls.com.ng. Just send an email. askirene@raisinggirls.com.ng. My WhatsApp number is on the screen. Simple to remember. It's like the helpline for girls, all right? It's 090-3333-8510. All you need to do is just buzz me, man. Buzz me. I'm here for you, all right? We're going to eventually, at the end of our lives, we're going to be able to look back and say, man, we raised a 10/10 girl, making really empowering choices. So like I said earlier, we're going to be going on a break. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Our next Raising Girls session will be our Q&A night. It's holding January 22nd, 2021. Yep. January 22nd, 2021 is when we come back live. Yeah. When we take the break, we kind of rejuvenate and really think about some of the things we've heard from you. And it helps us plan how we can serve you better. So by the time I'm coming back live here, it means we won't be talking about this 9K window anymore. So jump on it, all right? So we have Q&A night, January 22nd. And our very first story night for 2021 comes on right after, on January 29th. It's going to be awesome. So in the meantime, I'm just going to shut down this slide right about now and then see where questions are coming from, all right? So the bundle comes in hard copies, all right? It's hard copies for now. We don't have the soft copies, okay? All right, we don't have soft copies at the moment. We're talking about hard copies because we want your girls to be able to color hard. We want you to be able to do conversation games hard. So for now, they're all hard copies. And we're working very hard to make sure we're delivering to city centers. So when you order, you kind of get your book to the nearest city to you. Okay, welcome, Samarpan. Okay, you were just laughing right about now. Thank you for joining on YouTube. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, we'd like you to click the subscribe button and make sure you're subscribed to follow us, and you can turn on your notification just in case we decide to send you some little inspiration during the holidays. Whatever you do, make sure you jump on the early bird window. Remember, you can find all the information you need about the early bird pre-order window, which starts today and closes out on January 18th. Yes, Doris Wilson, we want to send the bundles to your location. That's what we're working to do, girl. This is going to be fun. And as we're putting together the packages, you're going to be carried along. You're going to see videos and pictures of our journey, hopefully soon enough. All right. So yes, so the bundles will be delivered to you to a city near you. All right. So if you live so let's say we're sending it to Port Harcourt. When it gets to Port Harcourt, there'll be a contact person in Port Harcourt that you can reach out to connect to pick up. All right. We want to see how we can bring it closest to you, so that we take away a lot of the delivery responsibility on you. We're doing everything we can to make sure this is easy. Keep praying for us. We look forward to serving you. Thank you so much, Doris, for your questions. Someone says you want the early bird pre-order, so I'm going to send the links to you where you can find everything you need, from the information on paying online as well as bank. All right. So someone says, is the entire bundle that will cost $9,500 in this pre-order? Yes. But this pre-order bundle, this early bird pre-order bundle, is not $9,500, it's 9,000 naira. And someone is saying, wow, waiting. Thank you so much, everyone that showed up here. Instagram, thank you for your support. Thank you, Ashake, for live. So yes, these bundles are going to be live on Amazon. Yeah. We're doing everything we can get to get the What If cards as well to be sold on Amazon. But the books is a given. They will be on Amazon. The doodle books and how to brand the doodle books and the how to talk with your girls about sex will be on Amazon. But we're still working on how to get the What If cards. I want you to know something. The instruction doesn't get your girl through. It's the relationship, is the conversations that you've had, is the person you've built her to be. That's the person that can tell boys no. That's the person that can say no to premarital sex. So we're talking about how to build the support system that our girls need. Solid support system. God is counting on us. So let me end by saying this. When I started working on this project, I had a very strong witness that God needed us to talk about sex. And, he kept telling me that sex education was important to him. And if you look around our society, sex is so central to some of the breakdown that we're having in society. Being a girl who was raised by a single mom, I can tell you it's not the ideal place for anyone to be raised in. It means it wasn't God's idea. It wasn't God's idea for you to have to be a single mom. It wasn't God's idea it's not God's idea for your daughter to be a single mom. God wants every human to be raised in a home where there's a husband and a wife who love each other so that they can model the love of God to their children. And every day God gives us the opportunity that where society has failed in the past, we can help the next generation to do better. Why am I saying this? God is counting on you to teach your daughter how to honor herself, how to make informed, empowering sex decisions, and how to lean on him to make the connection when the time is right, so that she can meet the person she feels safe with, that God has ordained for her to be with, and together they can create an enabling environment for another generation to be raised in. So God is very particular about sex. But guess what? There's another person particular about sex. So it's the devil. The music videos are telling your girls that there is no point. There's no point to chastity. There's no point to virtue. That's what you're up against. The music video is dealing with their subconscious. What are you going to do? You're going to keep yelling, or you're going to make us normalize this thing? Let's normalize talking about empowering choices and values, and let's find a way to make it as fun as possible. I want to thank everyone who came out tonight. Thank you for showing up. Man, I didn't know I could do this for 1 hour. My energy level wanted to smack out when I came, but we did it. We did it. So yeah, I've gone live. The bundle is live, and it's one of the best things I've ever taken my time to do. And I can assure you, it's going to be worth your time. I can wait to sit down and hear the testimonials. I can wait, and I look forward to hearing more. In the meantime, I'm going to leave all the information you need. While I'm going on a holiday, I'm still going to be posting reminders here and there to ensure you take advantage of the early bird pre-order window that opens tonight. Remember, 9K instead of 14.5. And if you want to check this out, all you need to do is visit seller.co/sex ed for girls bundle. All right, sex ed for girls bundle. I look forward to seeing you on the other end. Thank you for showing up tonight to listen to me and for us to talk about raising 10 over 10 girls. In the meantime, on behalf of the entire Parenting Champions community, the Raising 10 over 10 Girls conversation, I want to wish you a really Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2021. No matter how this year has been, you still have something to be thankful about. The breath in your nostrils is strong enough to say thank you for. So whatever you do, be happy. I pray for the miracle of provision for everyone watching me who's had a really a dragged out year. I'm praying to God for miracle provision. I'm praying to God for open doors. I'm praying for answered prayers. I'm praying for last minute breakthroughs. I'm praying for clarity. Clarity about what God needs you to do, clarity about what you need to do in your business. I'm praying for connections. You're going to meet with people who will really make a difference. I'm praying for everything you're trusting God for to come out in the way that God wants it to. But I'm also praying for an upgrade of your faith, to know that the things that you're asking God for, not only is He able to do it, you also qualify to receive it. I'm really wishing you a Merry Christmas. God bless you. All right, guys, I'm going to go and save this on IGTV so you can watch the replay on YouTube. Remember to subscribe. The YouTube channel is Raising Girls with Irene Bangwell. And if you would like to join our Facebook community, all you need to do is search for Parenting Champions Community with Irene Bangwell. And if you're on Instagram, you know it, raisinggirls.ng. I look forward to seeing you. I'm going to be hanging out here, but maybe we won't have Raising Girls Weekly anymore, but we're still going to be around. I'm wishing you a really Merry Christmas. Love you guys.